There we go. I think we're all good. I think everything should be good on the mic. Maybe that's a little bit better. Cool. Awesome. Awesome possum. Yeah, today should be a lot of fun. I literally, like quite literally, just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Unbelievable. I should have just rolled with it. Oh. Somebody found my thing on Twitter because it went live on Twitter. I'm curious if anybody, I'm live, because the comments that I was doing on the last live stream, the comments that were coming through LinkedIn were also coming through the Restream chat, which was great, but I want to make sure that they're coming through now. So if anybody's on LinkedIn, anybody sees me on LinkedIn, hit me up. Drop a comment so I can see if it works. I would appreciate it if you're down. Oh, but yeah, we're going to wait for like 5, 2, 3. I'll probably get started quick. This should be like a quick little session. I just want to talk about some experiments I've been running and some tests that I've been, just some little things I've been dropping to see what works, and what I'm going to be experimenting with in the future in terms of Product Hunt. It's a really, really interesting platform. It's really niche. It's very specifically for people like me, right? Like people a little bit more aggressive than me, I think. But like ideal, it's ideal for like what I want to do, right? I want to create stuff, I want to publish it, and I want to like actively, like with quick turnaround, just like make a bunch of different little projects, right? Not necessarily like huge startups, just like small solutions to small problems. And that's exactly what Product Hunt is for. So I don't know, I'm really interested to see what happens. Is there lag? I think there might be lag on LinkedIn. Looks a little laggy. People let me know in the LinkedIn chat if you're on, what you think. I see a couple people are hopping on. Yeah, let me see what you're looking at. I would love it if you dropped a comment. But I hope everybody's doing okay. Things seem to be calming down in the world a little bit, slightly. I don't know. I'm doing decent. I was having a call with one of my friends over in Prague, named also Max Kozlov. Love that boy. And we were both talking about how we are doing decent. Nothing is going amazing. We're all just doing fine. So it'd be like that. It really do. But yeah, I'm doing all right. I hope everybody else is doing okay. This should be a really interesting little thing. This is very experimental. It should be very, very experimental, right? Just going to read up on some news about how Product Hunt functions, who's doing what, and go over some previous hacks that we've done before. Actually, that's a good point. I should pull up angel.co. I need to change my dang profile picture on angel.co, which I can actually do right now. But yeah, there's some weird stuff. It's such an interesting... Ooh, really? It's such an interesting environment for publishing and creating and just building a following. Like if you could build a following on not only AngelList, but like because we were talking about building a following on AngelList a little while ago, right? Like there were a few different things that we were messing with. Home, newest AI business, interesting. Yeah, there's totally potential here. There's totally potential here. Actually, we'll post an article on AngelList. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. So let me quickly edit the living heck out of my photo because I don't like it. Ow. Oh, my head. Boom. Save. That should fix it because I hate how it looks right now. Oh no, website should be different as well. But okay, cool. So it's been like 4 minutes. Let's do a little jump in. So up there, if you can kind of see, we're there. Yeah. Restream is amazing. They're sponsoring me. I super love the stuff that they do. And I would highly recommend that if you want to do streaming, you go check them out. Is this big enough? Yes, that's perfect. I would highly recommend you go check them out. They're super easy to use. They've been amazing to me. Yeah, just give them a shot if you want to do any sort of live streaming, especially like to multiple different sources, because they can let you do that. It's not just a one and done. It's you can stream to everywhere, and it's really, really cool. So, let's do entrepreneur.blog/ save. Aw, I was just wished a nice stream. So yeah, they're both really weird platform. Oh, so I was talking about Restream. I keep getting distracted. Restream, great platform. Highly recommend you check it out. They've been really, really like helpful to me. It's been awesome working with them. And yeah, that's like if you can stream directly from their platform. They're a great tool, free, and that's why I like them too. And just easy to set up. So yeah, cool. Without further ado, let me show you what I'm looking at. So this is I'm just messing with my little angel.co profile. Let's go back to angel.co home today. Yeah. So I have 42 connections. 4 people have visited my profile. I have 42 people in my network. I can add connections. The last thing that we discovered, this was like months ago, many months ago, was you can connect Slack, Twitter, and Gmail to find, and then also enter email addresses to invite connections. And this is a way that you can directly hit up people that aren't like directly in your network, right? So like, unless you have like a massive angel.co social network to begin with, I can't assume that you're going to get a ton of connections, right? Like I'm trying to treat this like LinkedIn, right? Because with LinkedIn, you can only connect with certain people, but the more people you connect with, then the larger your network becomes, right? You have you span out, right? Also, let me see if anybody's commenting on LinkedIn. I'm curious. No, we're good. Glad. Okay, I'm not missing anything. But yeah, so it's I'm treating it like LinkedIn. The more, so like if I try to add connections, where was it? It usually just lets me, connections, here we go. People you may know. This is interesting. We're going to go over AngelList a little bit, and then we're going to jump into ProductHunt, because ProductHunt is the main thing we want to do. Yeah, connect with people you may know, right? So these are people in my email, anywhere, right? Like they show up because I've emailed them before. Also, Adam is just on, Ati also, a lot of these people are just on LinkedIn, which is interesting. Andrew Asimov, that was, yeah. So there's a bunch of people here that I could just connect with because they are in my email, which is great. Awesome, wonderful. This guy, Brad, was an experiment that we did last time, because I can connect with him now that I added his email into my contacts in Gmail. So when I did that connection, it opened up a whole avenue for me. But there are a lot of people here that I can just go and connect with, and I theoretically should go and just connect with everybody with a profile picture, right? Because, and then, hey, Hank. But yeah, I should theoretically just go and connect with everybody that has a profile picture, because they have used it at some point. They have a built-out profile, and it would be useful to be connected with them, right? So that's a first step, just going and connecting with everybody that I possibly can that's within my existing connections. But then, when I want to add connections, the only real way to do that is to just through this, right? It's through new little emails that you pull together. It's through Slack connections that you have. It's through Gmail, contacts. It's through Twitter. Twitter actually would be really useful, because if you have a large following on Twitter, you can immediately transfer that over, hopefully, to an AngelList following. But yeah, I don't know. Chrome extension, share articles, videos, and podcasts to discuss them with thinkers on AngelList. That's super useful. I have it right up here. Post to AngelList. I can just post anything that I find to AngelList to see, just to contribute to the platform, right? And I talked to the top guy, the guy that's running the community on. I shot a couple of messages to the guy that's running community on AngelList a few months ago when we were bugging him. and I learned about like what this is. These are cumulative. So like for instance, Alexandra, interesting way to spell Alexandra. That's cool. She specifically shares a ton, right? And as a result, she is one of the top contributors. She is the top contributor right now on AngelList because of the more stuff that you publish, the more they like you. And they just put you at the top right here. It's interesting. So I want to check out her profile and see if she has a ton of followers because of this. No, check that out. Only 349 connections. She's not unbelievably popular on AngelList because of content. Interesting. I'm connected with her, but I can disconnect. Alexandra just works. I could email her and I can message her. I probably might just to see like what she's getting out of. Let's message her. Yeah. Sandra. This is going to be a very experimental thing. Like we're just messing around right now and I'm going to show you the stuff that I've learned, right? And this is as I'm learning it. Hey, Alexandra. You publish and share a ton on the AngelList platform. Ton here on the AngelList platform. I wanted to ask what your motive was with that type of with it. You seem to publish much more than anyone else, and I was curious as to why. I'm making an effort to do the same. On the platform, and I just wanted to know what I was getting into. Boom. Thanks so much. Hope to hear back. Smiley face, best. Max. We'll treat it like an email and be extra courteous. Okay, cool. So perfect. Sounds good to me. Let's send the message. Why not? So boom, right off the bat, I hope we'll learn something from that, right? That's great. Messages, you can message people. That's great. I've heard AngelList has become like an insanely powerful recruiting platform. So like building a following there makes a lot of sense if you're in the startup space at all, right? Because like I've heard like multiple stories of people, friends of mine, connections of mine, recruiting like co-founders, technical co-founders through AngelList. I've seen like a lot of big people on Twitter post about like, you know what, I'm starting to think that AngelList is one of the most powerful recruiting platforms, and they're branding themselves that way too lately. It's interesting. So, being popular on AngelList has a lot of power, is what I'm assuming, right? Maybe the following doesn't go anywhere, and maybe it's really, really hard to build a following unless you have existing success elsewhere, like for instance on Twitter. So maybe like the best solution for me isn't like, because Alexandra shares a ton of content, right? But she's not popular. She only has like a few multiple of like the amount of followers that I have. And like she also seems like just a beginner on the platform in terms of the amount of followers and connections she has. So why is she posting all that content? I'm curious. I don't know. Maybe my type of content. Let's actually go and find my type of content. Entrepreneur.blog. Whoopsies. Entrepreneur.blog, because like AngelList, you can only share. Today in Tech keeps popping up. You can only share articles, and I think videos and podcasts. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Good point. Great point. Who's craftier? So, somebody can benefit from being on AngelList if you are in the startup space really at all, right? Especially if you're like early in the startup space. That's a very good point, Toast. I'm going to get to that in a second. The people that benefit from AngelList are people that just at all are in tech, right? It says like, what is happening in tech, right? So it's a great news source for what's happening in tech. That's awesome. But and like there's plenty more stories. They focus on tech news, but the main benefit of the platform is, look, jobs, recruit more. There's venture funds, there's companies, there are investors. They have a massive list of other companies that you can reach out to. I can scrape massive lists of whatever companies there are in Pittsburgh, for instance, just using AngelList. But it does seem mostly focused on jobs, if you'll notice. So profile, your connections, and then jobs, recruit more, right? The initial purpose for the platform was to create syndicates. And syndicates are just getting a bunch of like people that want to invest together into one group and have them invest in a couple of different companies, right? It used to be an investment platform, and it still mostly is, I think. But it seems like lately, given all these updates that they've done and the stuff that I've heard, they're really into jobs and recruiting because they have everybody on the platform. Everybody in startups, everybody in tech knows what AngelList is. Then it makes it really easy for people to circulate, right? If you got fired from one job, now you go to another job. They have their own job board for all of the stuff that's happening in COVID. Like there has been a shocking amount of hires that have happened through this platform because they have everybody there. So if you're just in tech, right? If you have a tech job and you work in startups, if you run a startup, if you're thinking of starting a startup, that is like the benefit of AngelList. It helps you get connected to everybody else very specifically in tech, right? Hey, what's up, Sarah? That's awesome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you're able to hop onto these because the other time was just not working for you. It might be. That's a really good point. Is it useful for searching internships? Very good question. I'm curious. Let's see if there's what we have in jobs. Let's do a little bit more research on what they actually help hire for, because I know my profile is incomplete. Blah. Ooh, okay. Complete the fields required to connect with startups. Interesting. I wonder what it doesn't like. I have all this stuff here. What is it not like? Oh, looking for. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I'm legally authorized to work in the United States. Do you require sponsorship? No. Open to relocate to. Open to working remotely. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. No. Absolutely. I remember you bugging me. I appreciate you reaching out, and I'm glad that you were able to hop on this time. Open other job types. Ooh, intern. Hey. So boom. There are, yes. So you put up your next opportunity. When you're signing up, you can go to your profile editor. When you go to jobs, it allows you to you fill all these different things out, and it open to other job types, right? Open to other job types, intern, right? And then co-founder is another one. Co-founder is a specific one, which is fascinating to me. So this is a really good, again, from what I've heard, can't completely describe it, but people seem to really preach the value of finding a co-founder on this platform because everybody is in tech. Everybody already knows what's going on. Everybody probably has previous experience at startups, which is exactly what you want in a co-founder. So, and then contractor, I'm only open to contractor, maybe co-founder positions. Desired salary, I would have put that all in. But yeah, cool, interesting. A job profile, I don't think. Starting to look actively, not looking. Starting to look. Let's futz with this. Yeah, let's futz with this and see what happens because I'm curious. I'm very curious. So let's go. And also, I made myself bigger in the little screen, like how big I am on the actual screen in comparison. And I hope that, let me know if that I should just shrink myself because I'm trying to make it bigger because it feels like it's more engaging. But I also might block stuff with my head. Who knows? Just let me know what you think. But starting to look, profile is visible to startups. Great. Would love to be a part of something within the education space. I work independently to educate on entrepreneurship online, and I'm looking for anything that expands that impact, that allows me expand that impact. Great, awesome, perfect, swag. So desired salary. I'm not open to positions right now. Not necessarily. If the perfect one came along, maybe. But let's just put this there just to understand how AngelList works, and see if we can find something. So full-time employee, let's just say contractor, and then co-founder. Yes. Job type, open other job types, co-founder. Perfect. Yes. So contractor and co-founder. Desired salary, let's say 40,000. 40,000. Open to working remotely, of course. Open to, I guess, yeah, open to relocate to Pittsburgh or open to working remotely. Profile works here. So here we go. Primary role. My primary role has been, let's say, growth hacker, content creator, years of experience, 2 years. Add another role. Let's say, growth hacker. Growth hacker. Cool. Co-founder of Monster Generation, host of the Entrepreneur Show, connecting investors to Pittsburgh tech startups. Yep, still looks great. No GitHub, got entrepreneur.blog, got my LinkedIn, perfect. Upload resume, nope. I got to edit a bunch of these because there's more that I've done. Topper School of Business, great. Yeah, there's patents and IP, all this is good. Save and continue. Optional, gender, male, white as heck. Open here, outside recruiters, from outside recruiters and agencies, nope. Save and continue. Cool. So let's see what this gives me. Let's see what AngelList gives me. And then we'll move on to ProductHunt really quick. New features, search job improvements, faster results, improvement filtering. 146. Yeah. Kickstarter for investing, help fix capitalism. Interesting. Chief storyteller. Interesting. I hate it when people give those like obscure freaking, hey, unscripted startups. Hey, that's cool. I know, we know unscripted startups. That's Cameron. Oh my gosh, that's one of our tight LinkedIn friends. That's really funny that he's posting on here. That's super cool. Business and research writer, contract position. Hell yeah, dude. That's great. I love that. Indie HQ, know somebody there. Geek Estate, I guess it prioritizes people within your network. Because otherwise, why would I have seen that? Chosen, Zik, Impact, P-Info, Botfront, Ombre, School of Bots. Interesting. And then content, social media, community manager. Very cool. Chicago. This is very fun. Yeah, this is all like very, very custom to what I want, right? This is cool. This is really, really cool. So yes, this helps you find internships as well. Let's see if we can sort by internships. I'm curious. Contract. Oh, I didn't click intern. That's why. But yeah, you would add intern, right? So yes, this can definitely help for searching internships, which is really cool. I didn't know this was a thing. I feel like most students don't know this is a thing. So I would actually highly recommend kids look at this. 30 startups hiring for remote marketing jobs. Nice. More based on your search. Yeah. They even give you articles. This is awesome. And then you can sign up for get job alerts for the search. Yeah, this makes sense. This is a really great platform for this. So cool. Awesome. Awesome. And they even have a little thing. Hey, a little verified hiring. That's cool. Recently funded. Same investor as Airbnb. So it interesting. Kickstarter for investing. Yeah. And they're able to sign up an ad. Interesting. Chief storyteller. I do wonder. And they're only like 11 to 50 employees. But yeah, cool. So they really like jobs, right? They really like jobs and they really like recruit. And so I can sign up to recruit, blah, blah, blah. Manage my connections. Let's see. Pending connections, sure. Done. College of British Marketing Airways. Yes. Students forced. I don't like that your things are in all capital, but sure, why not? I'm just looking to pad my numbers right now. So cool, awesome. AngelList, interesting thing to know. Moving on to ProductHunt, I found something really cool on ProductHunt for a second. Interesting thing to know is that ProductHunt and AngelList have actually merged, which is very interesting to me. This happened like 4 years ago too, like a while ago. Well, like 3.5 years ago. Well, yeah, like 3.5 years ago. But this is weird to me, right? Like this is very interesting. Startup ecosystem will continue to evolve since ProductHunt started 3 years ago. Increasingly, tech is defined by how we live our day and communicate with our friends and family. Technology is more influential than ever an extension of how we literally see. Hey, Max, what's up? Really, do they? What's up, Justin? I'm actually curious. That's a good point. Let me go see if there's a way to subscribe to their shit. I wonder. I would assume it's on the left or the right. They don't seem to pop up. If you could send me a link to it or drop it in the chat, that would be amazing. But yeah, I'll look for that afterwards, Justin. Thank you. That sounds cool. Given what they do, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that they have an awesome newsletter. So yeah, they're everything in tech. They are the social platform for in tech, and they only recently, in the past few months, have become a social platform. Remember when we screwed around with this on a stream a long time ago. But yeah, very, very interesting. And so actually, we're going to paste a link, and we're going to, after we read this article, we're going to paste a link, and we're going to try posting something. So what you said, Toast. Yes, there's a difference. Sorry, it took me a while to get to it. There is a difference between posting original content and posting links to other people's content. So maybe Alexandra, she posts 289 things in the past month or something, right? That's insane, right? That's crazy. Oh, shoot. Thank you, dude. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's check that out. I'm curious. Oh, they use Spark. They use. Oh, okay, maybe this is you. Spark is really cool. Okay, cool. AngelList today in tech. Perfect. So how do I go? Yeah. Facebook Shops, making easy interfaces to list product for sale. That's gonna be interesting. Good time to go big on AngelList platform is still immature. Oh, for sure. Yeah, it is. It just doesn't seem. I'm worried that posting content and putting a ton of effort into it on content side isn't going to be productive, right? And I'm kind of learning the same thing on ProductHunt. I don't know. This is what we're here to experiment about. But yes, it would be an amazing time to go big on AngelList and ProductHunt because they're still in their infant stages, right? Especially AngelList because they just launched the social platform. And it seems like ProductHunt also launched a piece of a social platform. It's interesting. So cool. A lot of awesome articles on is Google's new way to run ads on top of videos. YouTube Select. Interesting. It's been one of those supercomputers. Great. Hackers. Ooh, I didn't know hacking was going on still. Brex makes extended. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah. Manage preferences. Oh, no, it just goes to Angela Code today. So I'm going to keep that open. I'll figure out how to do that. Thank you so much, Justin. That's super appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm going to go subscribe to it. Just to keep up with what they're doing. But yeah, cool. This is great. So, ProductHunt AngelList merger-ish. They said they're joining. We're joining AngelList, right? Whoa. Oh, I'm stuffy. I went to the doctor yesterday. They told me it was just allergies, which is good. But also, I'm really stuffy. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, tech is defined by how we live our day, more influential than ever, how we literally see and experience the world. Great. One person can build something that would require 10 people a decade ago. It's a great time to be a maker. Dang right. Dang heckin' right. That's why I'm trying to become one. All more accessible than ever, startups remain filled with roadblocks. You built something awesome. How do you find your audience? Helping your product. How do you find great talent? Raising money but don't know investors. Where do you start? Think a lot about these challenges and how ProductHunt and AngelList can help support makers. Peanut butter and jelly. AngelList has become indispensable in the tech industry, focused on two very serious challenges for startup. Fundraising and recruiting. Exactly. So we nailed it on the head. Fundraising and recruiting, right? They do two things. They help you raise money and they help you find talents. It's helped over 1,000 companies raise nearly $500 million and helped match more than 325,000 candidates with growing companies inside the talented AngelList. So that to me is an insane difference. So 1,000 companies have raised money through AngelList. 500 million has been how much they've raised, right? Which is awesome. But that means each company raised about what? 500K? Out of the 1,000 companies, each one raised about 500K. And there's going to be some larger rounds and some smaller rounds. AngelList bought ProductHunt. Really? They bought them. AngelList acquires ProductHunt. That's Ryan. That's crazy. It's not much of an aggregate raise. Exactly. It's not much of an aggregate raise at all. Some large companies will raise more than this in one round, right? Hey, what's up, Flaus? How's it going? We're talking about AngelList and ProductHunt and how they're paired together and what we can do with them. So they haven't raised that much money. Yeah, they've only raised about 500 million in the past 6 years, right? So that's not that much. Can I check Whisper? Oh yes, I'll check it after the stream if that's okay. I'm a little bit busy right now. I appreciate that though. So yeah, that's not that much raise, right? But 325,000 placed candidates is insane. So clearly, if we're looking at two different pieces, right? If we're looking at the value of AngelList in terms of the two things that they do, hiring versus raising, it seems like they're really good at hiring and pretty solid at raising, right? They're not unbelievable at raising, but they're pretty, they're insane at hiring. 325,000 candidates, there's no chance that any one startup could hire that many, where there is a chance that one startup could raise just $500 million, right? So this is holy crap, that's a lot of candidates. That's, oh my gosh. So found the link to sign in. Ooh, shoot. Perfect. Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude. I super appreciate that. Aha! Interesting. So it's within your notifications. That's very clever. Messages from people who started to follow. Weekly digest. Yes, perfect. Profile view notifications. Yes. I don't want profile view notifications on jobs. Story digest. Daily, weekly. Yep. Platform. Direct connection share to story. Direct connection comment on a story. Yep. Looks great. Send browser notifications for active connections. Perfect. Thank you, dude. Awesome. Save changes. Cool. Perfect. So now we're all signed up for AngelList stuff. 500 million can make sense of the raises are all from smaller form. Yes, that is what they're from, typically, from what I've seen. They're all smaller form, little bits here and there. ProductHunt declined to comment on the selling price, but a source closed when the matter tells it was about 20 million. Really? Really? It makes sense that they bought them. Totally. Oh, really? Did it? Maybe I'm on a different version of AngelList. I don't know. I still have to mess around because things are a little weird with the platform still. It's not totally the same from what I expect. I don't know. A little funky. 20 million is chump change. 20 million is chump change. Exactly. Compared to how popular ProductHunt is among the community, but it makes sense because there's not exactly a monetization strategy. They're just a big community, right? For a community, 20 million is epic, right? Because that's the only value that they have. They have a community. That's really all they do. Nobody pays them for anything besides oh great, yeah, they fucking they have a newsletter and people subscribe to the newsletter, and they have a little bit of an advertise because they have a great community, they can advertise well. But if their only revenue is fucking advertising, of course they're not gonna get bought for a ton. There's no strong revenue stream there. But they have an insane community of everybody building everything, right? Every startup, every person in startups, every person in tech, everybody building anything ever uses ProductHunt. So the value of the community is unbelievably insane. And 20 million for a community, fuck. So I think that's an actual a pretty solid exit price. Plus it's the perfect people to work with, right? Perfect. AngelList and Ryan Hoover, AngelList and ProductHunt are exactly the same communities. Very, very similar. It's just AngelList is later, right? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm curious now. Hold on. I like AngelHunt and then ProductList. It would be ProductList. There's no way ProductList is available. Very low for a tech acquisition, but good price for an early stage community. Yes, exactly. Very, very good. And then AngelHunt. Just to make a meme out of the two. No, sad. Alley cats. Interesting. Why are they AngelHunt alley cats? I can't see where they're getting that jump. It'd be cool to make a little combo of these are the great things about AngelList and ProductHunt. Make a little hack website for how to get involved with AngelList and ProductHunt, right? And then try to get the attention of the people that run AngelList and try to get the attention of Ryan Hoover, who runs ProductHunt, and see if they can tweet it out to a bunch of different people. Because I'm sure there are other people that are curious about ProductHunt and AngelList, right? I don't know. So, let me blow my nose again. Anyway, so what we're doing, they're really, really good at hiring. They're decent at best at funding. But I have heard good stories from both. I know people that have funded their startups through AngelList, and I know people that have hired through AngelList. So it's interesting. Oh, I can add private notes. I didn't know that. I'm starting to think A-List is the best hiring platform out there right now. Bravo A-List. And I've seen similar tweets to this. Product Hunt has become the place where makers launch. A global community of people excited to share what they made. Over 100 million product discoveries and 50,000 startups and makers introduced their baby to the world on Product Hunt. 50,000 startups started on Product Hunt, right? Or they launched at least in the beginning stages. Crazy. And over 100 million products, right? Crazy. Crazy. Work with those you admire. Always been a big fan of AngelList. Before Product Hunt, I would often browse the site, curious to explore what products the people are making. Great. CEO of AngelList has dedicated much of his life to supporting startups at the early days of venture hacks, a blog focused on educating founders in the process of fundraising and building a company. So cool. They're both just meant to help in the same right? We're hosting a meetup. It'll be fun. AngelList should buy Kickstarter next. That would be crazy. Kickstarter isn't for startups though. Kickstarter is more broad, right? Yeah. Oh, also, dude, if you just hopped on, Cameron, we found your job posting. We found your job posting for Unscripted. I scrolled down and it was just like, boom, Unscripted Startups. Isn't that hilarious? I think that's so funny. So I think it prioritizes people like me that are connected to you, right? But like, it's so fucking cool. I love it. I'm glad that you posted something on there. That's super fun. But yeah, so now we know that they are connected, right? We're committed to this vision I shared with Noah when we first met. We'll remain an independent platform alongside AngelList. We'll continue to use excessive emojis, drink fills, build in public with our community. Together, we can provide so much more value to the tech ecosystem, a place to raise your next round, find great teammates, discover awesome products, and connect with a global community of enthusiastic about the future. The enthusiastic people. So our focus was and still is product discovery, helping makers reach an audience. After learning more about the vision for AngelList, it became clear that we're heading in complementary but different directions. Shortly after meeting, offered to invest in Product Hunt, aligning with our vision in the future of making. Okay, cool. So yeah, it seems like it's not unbelievably like it's not like they're tying themselves together into one like big fancy platform, right? Nothing like that. But they are connected, right? They are like both the same community, right? And they are very much a community that I want to be a part of. So it's good to know that both of these are big, right? So interesting, awesome, good to know. I'm gonna follow the hell out of Product Hunt on receiving emails from this publication. Yeah, sure, why not? So cool, awesome, perfect, great, lit. This is a cool little thing that I found. Stacker for Airtable. It looks like it helps you build like a little basic app on top of an Airtable sheet, which is pretty cool. So I uploaded it and I want to share it on LinkedIn at some point. But this is Product Hunt. This is what Product Hunt looks like. This is cool. Postaga. This gives you the highlights. I posted on a Product Hunt. It got very little traction, but it's still interesting. I put multiple government programs. That looks kind of cool. Like there's still so much I have to learn about this. But what some interesting thing is, like, they do hiring too. Look. Hiring now, Instant Dish, product designer, exploding topics, content writer, all these different little things, right? Post a job, view all jobs, top discussions. This is where it gets interesting. Watch. View more discussions. So discussions is a new thing, relatively new. Community at Product Hunt, chef. I want to get in touch with Aaron because, like, I want to know how to get popular on Product Hunt, right? But just created Strappy's upcoming page. Hello, everyone. We're getting ready release, launching on today. Any tips on SaaS growth these days? Like, it's still very underpopulated, right? The only person with really any upvotes at all is the community at Product Hunt leader, right? Aaron O'Leary. And they pin it here, right? And I'm going to upvote the hell out of that. Right? Like, this is still very, very in its infancy. And it also made you just like, because 1 hour, right? I wonder if I can sort. Option 1, option. Oh, I can make a poll. Hey, that's cool. I can do polling. I don't know. It seems interesting. Just don't forget. Yeah, people are advertising here, so people are still using it in weird ways. Growth hacker at Strappy. Cool. Top discussions. I want to see top discussions. Yeah. How do I join top discussions? How do I sort differently? in terms of what I view. I can join people working. How do I join? Yeah. So this is another thing that we're going to go over in a second that I think works even better than posting. Yeah. So this is it's very, very in its infancy. It seems like, but okay. 4 hours, 7 hours. There's polls. Great. What if I scroll all the way to the bottom? It just gives me more. Anything else happening? Hunting down discussions. Yep. Nope. It just gives me more. Also, I can talk here. What does this do? Hi, Max. How can we help? The team typically replies within a day. Okay. So maybe I can just ask a question there. Founder Club. This is interesting. Kickstarter Club, like Founders Club. This is cool. Kickstart your startup. Access to potentially over $100,000 worth of savings on tools and services for just $60 a month. So if there's like there are tools in there, you pay ProductHunt $60 a month, and they give you access to savings on tech tools. Right? Cool. Great. Who's here is building with no code. This is absolutely a discussion that I should join. It's just I want to know how to find these discussions. How many of you here are building products using no code? If you're live, what has been your experience with overall customization, domain-specific logic? That's something I want to start soon, so I'll always rather people's experience. Yes, I've started a little bit, and I've been experimenting a ton, but if you check out makerpad.co, they have an insane amount of resources for learning no code tech builds. Plenty of people use it to launch a product. Plenty. I can type. Plenty of people use it to launch on ProductHunt. And then I'm also going to tag at, what's his face? I might need to be connected with him. Is it Ben Tossel? This is your shtick. So Ben Tossel runs MakerPad. I interviewed him. I'm not tight with him by any means. I hope he doesn't mind that I'm tagging him everywhere. But he's a fucking genius at no code. So I want to comment here, right? I want to drop something here because this is my shtick, right? And I can tweet it out. I can share it on Facebook. The only real top discussion thing that seems to be happening is right here. Anyone else builds personally what you love to use? Yep. How do you share and discuss music with friends? Like I should be commenting on all of these top discussions, right? Like ideally every single one of them. It's interesting, but like I can't seem to find where the top discussion is for maybe discussions. Maybe let me try something. /top. I don't know. Yeah, oops, can't find that page. Okay, so I don't know how to sort things, right? Because I would love to sort by topic. I would love to sort by keywords. It doesn't even have any of these kind of services, right? It's still very, very broad. And when I view more discussions, it just sends me right here. Yeah. So I don't know, but from what I initially believe is that this is where I'm going to build a following, right, on ProductHunt. If I can publish things regularly that are interesting, that people care about, that people like follow, that people like check out, and it pops up here, right? Join discussion. I can ask great questions that people upvote. Then I can hopefully build a following. Like just treating it like a social media platform, right? Same thing that I initially believed with AngelList, right? If I post things, and we're going to post here in a second, if I post things, original content that I create, it might be interesting to people here, right? I'm starting to think now that ProductHunt might be a little bit more of the beginner kind of platform. AngelList might be more of the later stage, but regardless, everybody in tech is on it, right? Whether or not you're some pro builder. So my initial reflex is that publishing on both sounds great, right? So let's publish something. Let's try something. I'm gonna go to blog. I'm gonna go to 5 quick startup case studies to help you get started. Awesome. I wrote this recently. It was just a combination of all of my different of a bunch of different videos that I did for startup case studies on LinkedIn. I interviewed 5 founders and asked them how they got started. Nothing hand wavy, just the first 3 realistic steps they took. Here's what I've compiled. Great. So I'm going to publish this link. What are my thoughts? Add topics. Let's do education. Let's do no. Just tech broadly. No. Let's do, what was it? Food. Food is one of them. Travel is one of them. No. Government politics is one of them. Just because I'm listing some of the. This is food. This is government and politics. Videos and branding. So that's creative. So create no. Photo and video. Boom. And then we're going to what else? We have block health. So that's hospital. And then we have travel. Great. Now I already got travel. So no. What would it be? Med. Nope. Okay, cool. So they don't have anything from med. So what are my thoughts? Now I'm going to share my thoughts, and we're going to see if we can just type something and see if it gets anywhere. So I interviewed 5 startups on exactly how they got started from 0 to 1. Here's what I compiled. Let's just go with that. Really, really simply. I interviewed 5 startups. Great. Let's try sharing it. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what frickin' happens. Whoops. Okay, edit. Maybe I can go and edit the oof. Yeah, I need the why didn't this pop up as the top image? I don't know why. I wish I can edit the thumbnail. Interesting. So this looks dorky as heck. This looks dorky as all heck. Upload. I'm going to upload a different image. I'm going to go desktop. I'm going to go to downloads. Where was it? Where did I make it? I made a banner for this recently. 5 quick startup case studies. Here we go. Boom. Okay, so I can change everything. This is great. I can upload a thumbnail. I can change the thumbnail. Great. Perfect. So come on, upload. You can do it. I believe in you. 5 quick startup case studies. Perfect. Looks awesome. To keep this as informative as possible. Here, I'm going to actually copy paste. I'm going to cut this out. I interviewed 5 startups and asked how they got started. Nothing hand wavy, just the first realistic steps. Here's what I've compiled. Put an exclamation point. And perfect. Let's go with it. So type article, podcast, or video. So, and I also want to publish videos here, right? If I can make videos that like very specifically work along these lines, that would be amazing. So maybe every time that I publish a little thing on, I see I'm checking out the maker option. It seems like a pretty promising feature. What was the maker option? Was this on ProductHunt? Makers. Hunting down makers. Yeah, no, exactly. So Cameron was talking about the same thing. The discussion setup. It's interesting. Very, very weird. I wanna figure out how to get it done, but my theory is just to publish a lot. And then there's also something else that I want to talk about down here. So cool. This is good. This is an article, but I want to be publishing videos later, right? I want to be publishing videos. Oh, interesting. Maybe I've already pushed it? I'm not sure. What does this mean? What on earth does this mean? Does this mean I've shared 20 things? I'm curious. Okay, let's just submit it. Let's see what happens, because it looks good to me. Submit. Submit. Ooh. Did it submit? Let's duplicate, see if it's on the main page. I posted it. It should be under me. Come on. View your public profile. Have I posted anything? I don't seem to upvote, reply. So I guess not. I guess not, I guess not, I guess not. So under education, is my thing anywhere to be found? I should be commenting, first of all, on a ton of education things, but I want to see if I can find the thing that I posted. Hey, Luke! That's super cool. Upvote the hell out of that. I'm going to upvote the living shit out of that. That's great. I love Luke. I know Luke really well. I had a call with him recently. He runs Niche, which is a really, really cool company in town. Okay, I can't find my thing. So where? How? How on earth? Education following. Oh, no, follow. Including Rob Meyer. Rob is another one of my friends. Great guy. So interesting. I pasted the link, but it didn't seem to share. So let me go back. I guess it was posted. Yeah, no, this was posted. Great. Okay. So it got 20 upvotes. I upvoted as much as I possibly personally could. I think that's what it defaults to. But yeah, I guess we just wait to see if anything happens there. So that's interesting. So we'll leave that there. We've officially posted something on AngelList. Product Hunt, a little funky. So beyond what I'm thinking of, these are my current goals, right? These are my current goals. Finish up my next project, Dead Startup merch, finish launch of newsletter, get better at putting my projects on Product Hunt, reach 10K followers on LinkedIn, right? I just wrote some little ideas down, right? And threw them up there. New to Makers, interesting. So there are new people that just joined Makers. And when I joined, I got like 2 little upvotes. But like, these are polls. This is great. Yeah, I know. Oh my God. This week has been like ridiculous for me. I keep underestimating how much time that I have. I have been so crazy busy. It's going to happen soon. As soon as I have some free time. I've just been buried under a bunch of other stuff. Like yesterday, I didn't even have any free time at all. And I passed out early as a result, which is shocking for me. It'll be coming out soon. Dead Startups is going to be coming out soon. The newsletter's going great. I'm doing the newsletter consistently. Newsletter is awesome. I'm going to be doing a more formal launch on like LinkedIn soon. I need a couple more things. I need to set up a couple more things before I officially launch. But I'm really close to it. But the newsletter's going great. It's produced. It's out. If anybody's interested in checking out the newsletter, I give you regular updates every week every Monday or usually every Sunday night on hey, here's what's going on with the newsletter, or here's what's going on with the live stream. Here's what we're talking about next. Here's how you can join. You can put it on your calendar, everything like that. And it gives you just kind of basic information in case you missed it, right? And then if you subscribe to the newsletter via pay, if you really, really support Entrepreneur and all that, then you can actually then I give you all the detailed background of everything that I'm doing. Was there a newsletter update last Sunday? There was, yes. There was. It was on Monday. It was Monday morning. There was a newsletter update. Did you not get it in your email? That's interesting. You might want to check on that. Yeah, let me know if I can help so you get those. Use a GunDB for your next project. What is that? So anyway, moving on. The discussions are interesting. I can start new discussions and I can poll, right? I can create polls. And I'm going to start trying to tag people in polls and treat it like a social media platform and be a little bit fucking annoying with it, just because I insist, right? I really, really want to try doing stuff like this and finding people that are building cool things and just tag everybody, right? Just so people see it, right? And so if they see it, they upvote it or they comment on it and it gets boosted in the algorithm. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to hack that way. But something else interesting is these goals, right? Me creating goals. And 35 people working today, watch, if I click join them, it shows me what are you working on, right? And it tells me what I'm working on today, which is interesting. It looks like they want me to actively keep a to-do list on here, right, of larger goals. And when I create goals, every single time I create goals, people usually cheer it, right? Just random people will see it and cheer it. Finish launch of newsletter. Similar people have cheered it. 10K followers on LinkedIn. 3 people have cheered it, right? I don't have a following here. I have 18 followers, right? Very, very small. But it shows up. And because look, goals down here. New, right? Recently completed or new. And people will cheer these kinds of things just because they pop up very organically in this little goals bit. Most helpful this week. This is interesting. Prashant, user finder app founder, Hannah Welch. Yeah, it looks like, yeah. These are two people that have commented on my stuff. This is interesting. They've at least like upvoted my stuff. So most helpful this week. Earn your spot by sharing your advice in the comments to help makers reach their goals. Interesting. So this is huge. And Chris Messina, he's #1 product hunter. So here's the most helpful this week. This is huge. This is super huge. And this means follow. Perfect. So this is how you get people to follow you. I'm curious as to how much Austin Marks has and Prashant, because they're active on everything, and they hit my stuff up. 188, that's good to know. 278. No, so still not amazing, right? Not amazing by any means. But they are getting follows because they're being really, really active on these pieces, right? They're commenting a ton. And so if I comment a ton, no problem, I'll show up here, most helpful this week, right? If I comment every week and I do it aggressively, and I'll always be in this top little bit. And if I'm always in this top little bit, maybe people will see my stuff, right? And they'll follow me, which would be really cool. Okay, so that's perfect. We found a little bit right there. But also, publishing goals, like look, polished Slackbot kit. This guy got 60 in 12 minutes. He got 65 upvotes. I'm curious as to how many followers the dude has. He must have a ton. No, just 66 followers. So how on earth? Polished Slackbot, but he got a ton of upvotes. How? Completed on May 20th. Today. I guess when you complete things, people really like it. Yeah, recently completed. So, not only do I need to be publishing like current goals, I need to be completing those, right? I need to be regularly completing these goals. So, I need to create a goal and complete it. Maybe every day I create a goal and I complete it, right? At the beginning of the day, create one. At the end of the day, complete it, right? Something like that. Because apparently it seems like all of the recently completed ones are getting pretty significant amounts of upvotes, right? So publish on my blog, no. Finalize my product page, great. Create places of interest for this, great. Looking for help answering a few questions about ship, great. Oh, interesting. She published a question here and then completed it because she knew it would show up in other things. And Eric, Erdink, completed 2 things and people loved it. People really, really liked it. Improved Slackbot replies. Fascinating. So 2 things that I should do. Well, 3 things. 3 things that I should do. Write a lot of these things. So create discussions, create polls, because I'm sure they like polls. I should, and then trending. I wish trending is interesting, so you can get trending on here. So create stuff, create discussions, write stuff constantly, create polls. I need to be commenting actively to show up as most helpful this week. And then I need to be creating and completing goals very regularly, right? And cheering other people on. So that's probably the best that I can do to hack ProductHunt. This is a little notification bit over here. I'm curious. I'll have to check these out too. Sean Young, great. Upvoted my comment in Chili Pepper. People are really, really supportive, right? Aaron O'Leary, because I followed them. People are really supportive on this. But look, I got these 2 follows after commenting on a ton of other things. I was commenting on a bunch of different other things. Austin Marks, one other, cheered my goal. It's very interesting. So I'm still trying to figure it out, but the notifications work really nicely here. The makers section is like discussion based, which is social media based, which is great for me. Awesome. I know how to do that kind of stuff. And then beyond that, like it's just about creating goals, finishing goals, starting discussions, making them polls as well, and then commenting on an absolute shitload of everything that you can find. And through that, and then also the biggest thing by far is going to be posting popular products, right? By far. So me posting popular products via hunters is going to get me a following more than anything else, by far, right? Because one guy, the guy that posted the dead startup t-shirt thing or extinct startups, he posted that like 5 years ago, and because of that one post and it got really popular, he got 1,000 followers right there, just 1,000 because it was a popular launch. So by far, posting popular products is going to get you a following, right? And the reason that somebody like Chris Messina has like 22,000 followers, almost 23, is because he's the #1 product hunter. He publishes everything. He's made 15. He's submitted 2,000. I'll see you later, Toast. Thank you for hopping on. He's submitted a ton of these, right? And he's uploaded an absolute ton of stuff, right? So it's because he's made 91 collections. The dude is very, very active. But I guarantee you the number one thing is because he has published. Interesting. Crispina on Conversational Converse. So these are the things that he's published directly from him. Interesting. Talking about hashtag product hunt and machine about. Interesting. Very cool. So this is things that he's published directly, but he's submitted over 2,000. He's submitted an insane amount of products. And as a result from submitting that, he gets tons of followers, right? So it's interesting. Number one product hunter. Yes. So that's what I've learned. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but it looks like it's very interesting. Like AngelList and ProductHunt, both places that I should be posting things. I don't know. It makes a lot of sense to me. So startup case studies in education, entrepreneur, awesome. And yeah, we'll just try to get these boosted up just by experimenting. But I messaged somebody, we'll see what the benefits to posting a ton are and how you build followers. I don't know. I haven't hacked AngelList yet. My theory is just creating a lot of original content like you do everywhere else. But even with Product Hunt, it's clear that that's not the best strategy. The best strategy is just being active everywhere, right? So I don't know. We're still figuring it out. But it looks like the three things that I can do outside of posting insanely awesome products, which is really hard, is make goals, finish goals, post things, and comments, right? So just typical engagement. But the goal setting is interesting because people seem to like the goals. But yeah, cool. Other than that, that's all I got for today. On a little rant side, I was sick. I've been sick like most of the winter. I'm fine now. But because I was sick, they were theorizing that's why my hair was falling out because I kept getting sick. I went to the doctor yesterday. That was really fun. I got a tetanus shot, so my arm is all sore. I haven't had a shot in like years. But yeah, things are going good. I appreciate everybody hopping on. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna hop off in like 2 minutes. I'm gonna dick around for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna scoot off. But if you have any questions, let me know. Would love to hear some questions from y'all. I'm curious if any of the comments are popping up on LinkedIn. Yes, we've got some. Okay. Cool. Yes, I got all of everything. Justin Harris. Appreciate you hopping on, Justin. So cool. Awesome possum. This is a lot of fun. I enjoyed. Without further ado, if there are no other questions, I'm going to skedoodle. Let me know if you have any questions on this, or if you want to like create something on AngelList or Product Hunt together, something like that. But I want to build audiences here because this makes sense to me, right? Like these are the ideal places for me to have followings because it's very directly in tech and in makers, right? Makers and tech. Exactly where I want to be. Exactly where I want to be publishing. So, hope everybody has a good day. I'll see y'all later.